Hey there peeps, mewmew here, and welcome back to Dragalia Lost. Today we are finally doing chapter 9 story, and we're gonna try to get it done all in this video, and of course I'll be cutting out all of the gameplay, but we're keeping all the story so you can see the reactions, what's going on, in case you didn't do it yourself, or you just skipped through all the story because you didn't have time. And I totally get that because I do that with a lot of games. I'm just like, I'm just trying to finish this. Let me skip through the story. Maybe next year I'll read it, or at some point when I have time. But really, do I ever go back to read the stories? No. So in part, this video is for me and also for you. And you know, if you're watching the VOD, then you see this before I even release the video or even edit it. So, ta-da! Okay, so we are in chapter 9. We've done everything that happened in chapter 8. You can refer to that video to figure out what happened then. And we are in this land. Doesn't look like there's too many stops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stops. And all I know is that we'll see Chelle in here, which is our other sibling. So let's get to it. The Eggnant Flats, the princess's invitation. Oh my gosh, I don't have things downloaded. I'm gonna have to take a minute after this to do that. To my beloved brother Mew. Greetings, brother. I pray you remember your gorgeous older sister Chelle. Lately, I have been thinking how we always used to play together when we were young. It has been such a long time since we talked, and I would dearly love to catch up. To that end, I'm throwing a sparkling gala soon, and would love to have you as my honored guest. In truth, I have invited another honored guest, but you must come to my party if you wish to see who it is. Oh, what fun. I love her already. I know there has been much trouble in the kingdom of late, but I hope you can set cares aside and dance the night away, if only for an evening. I have marked the location of the event on the enclosed map. I pray I might see you soon, my dear brother. After receiving a party invitation from my sister Chelle, we decided to accept and made for the northernmost tip of Iberia. That was where my sister ruled over the radiant city, Chancelia, the most dazzling metropolis of the continent, of course. I'm hoping to speak with her and learn how she feels about the Empire's tyranny, as well as the future of Iberia. I mean, like, her commentary alone is, like, amazing. I'm like, who is the other honored guest? It's probably Cynthia. Pant. How long we gotta keep walking through this wasteland? I got sand in my hell in everywhere. Yo, boss, are we seriously thinking that your sister would throw a party in a place like this? Probably. This is a location she sent. Locale aside, I do have some reservations about this whole affair. This is hardly the time for a fancy gala. After all, the Empire's grip continues to tighten. Which is why we need to talk to Chelle, now more than ever. She, and by extension Chancelia, has yet to take a side in the matter one way or another. I'm guessing part of the reason she summoned me here is so we could talk about it in private. This is a strange place for a fancy shindig. I don't want to be paranoid, but I think we may be walking into a trap here. Perhaps she knows of a nearby uncharted oasis or other such a place of respite. Oh, conversely, she may have fell men waiting to ambush us. Why did you even come on this trip, Jupiter? Thank you, ma'am, for asking the obvious question that I wanted to ask. Even mighty dragons need to get out and stretch their wings sometimes. Besides, the Eggnant Flats are famous for their sunlight, and I wish to soak up a little light mana. Honestly, you should think to take me out more often. Just don't get in the way of the powerful romance between me and my darling. Well then, with that out of the way, let's see what kind of party this sister has in store for us. This unflagging optimism of dragons never fails to impress. That said, all I see is sand stretching towards the horizon. I have no idea what direction we should take. Noted? Thoughts? I can see a pointy mountain to the west, so if we clap ice on that and just keep marching, we should be a-okay. The food at this party is probably going to be amazing, so come on, let's get moving. I can't argue with that. Also, if we stay out here debating for too much longer, we're all going to get sunstroke. Right then, let's cross the mountains and cut down the fiends as we go. There'll be time to rest once we reach the party. It's like such an ordeal to get into a party. Or might I was gonna give up some random, like, you know, tier 1 units that, weapons that I got, but then it was like, it was only gonna give me rupees, and I was like, no, it's fine, I'll keep them. Okay, here we go. Palace in the Sands. Wait, so this is it? We just hit the X on the map or whatever. So where's the party? Maybe Jupiter's right, and there's a hidden oasis somewhere. Do you truly think an oasis could survive such a desolate muffin such as this? I agree, that seems unlikely to hold life at first glance, Paladin. And yet I see something approaching us, an object of quite incredible size. Oh man, I can hear it coming. No, the mountain is alive. It's gonna eat us all. Hang on, that's not a mountain, it's... A girl has her town on wheels. It's a ship on land. Of all the ridiculous things. It's a sandcrawler from Star Wars. Yeah, this is a new one for me too. Methinks I hear the sad tones of my sweet brother's voice. Are you there, Mew? Chelle! Oh, she's cute. In the flesh. I have come here so specifically to fetch you all. You also kind of made it come to the middle of nowhere. The craft before you is the pride of the Radiant City, the land ship Grand Fior. It's quite the impressive vehicle. Vehicle? This is no mere conveyance. It can ferry its distinguishable passengers across the desert in style and grace. Why, it's a veritable mobile palace. No expenses were spared to lavish it with every conceivable luxury, included the finest banquet hall in all the land. And with that, I would like to formally welcome you all aboard. Our girl, showing up in style. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise and join me in welcoming my brother, 7th heir to the throne of Alberia, and his royal retinue. I don't know how to pronounce that. This landship truly is bent like a royal court. It has been quite some time, my dear Mew. Third-born heir to former Alberia. She is pretty. I love her design. I'm sorry for the long silence between us, Chelle, but I'm glad you seem to be well. I'm merely pleased you remembered me. Do you recall how we used to play games of horsery when we were young? Horsery? Horsey. This lady looks all fancy and junk, but she ain't half bad. You really did make a fine horse, Mew. You were quite comfortable, and you obeyed any command given to you. Wait a sec. The horse was you? Well, I was little, and you know what? Let's just forget it. So, is your gala taking place inside the ship shell? Ship shell. Indeed. Now, I know you were weary from the road, but we have stylish tuxedos and elegant dresses in all sizes. So if you would be so kind as to get changed. It is a kind offer, but I must refuse. Cleo? It pleases me to see the prince and his sister rekindling old ties. However, given the terrible actions currently being undertaken by the Empire, I am not particularly given to levity. My, but you are rather free with your opinions, Sylvian. But let us see how disinclined to levity you truly are. Attendants! Take the Sylvian to the dressing room and let her have her pick. As you command, Highness. I love her. Oh, there. What are you doing? Unhand me at once. Cleo, please. It's okay wearing extra clothing, not okay wearing a dress. I know, right? Goodness, I have never seen so many wonderful dresses. Does levity still escape you, Sylvian? If so, I would have you prove it. Choose a dress that suits you. Any dress at all. I don't know that any of them suit me, but if you insist. This one is like something from a fairy tale. Oh my gosh, she's so cute! She's so adorable! Oh my god, look at the butterfly wings at the back of her dress. That is so adorable. And the butterfly on her hair. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. That is so cute. Gotta let Cleo in that dress. Yes, she like stopping hearts. Oh no, that will not do at all. What? But that is the dress that I knew this was a useless exercise. No, no. It is merely your method of selection that fails you, Sylvia. A person's clothing is a tool for presenting themselves to the world. You are clearly not of noble birth, so why would you possibly pretend as such? It seems I must be your chambermaid for the day. Perhaps. Ah, yes, this is perfect for you, Sylvian. This dress will make for a glorious debut. Oh my gosh, look at the little butterfly brooch and on her hair. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's just adorable. The other one had more personality, but this one is very Princess Cleo. She is Princess Cleo in this dress. She's adorable. Well, Chelle does call her party where Cleo wore it to a gala. Yeah, this is true. She could have been Bride Cleo. No, this is Princess Cleo. Cleo, look at you! It is not an outfit I would have envisioned on you, and yet it simply screams Cleo. Behold the impassioned gazes directed your way, Sylvia. Commoners have their own style of beauty, and nothing is more arresting than embracing one's natural aesthetics. You are. Enough. Save your honeyed words. I am in no mood for frivolity. And yet your eyes tell me that you're not wholly displeased. Come now, surely you must be feeling at least some levity at the moment. I feel no such thing. Oh, my, but you are a stubborn one. Well then, if the romance of wearing a gorgeous frock is not enough. Ah, what perfect timing. A prince arrives. Would you be so good as to dance with this fine lady, my brother? Sorry, what? What jabbery is this? As you clearly stated earlier, I am but an attendant, and not fit to dance with royalty. And thus comes the excitement. The border of status crossed for a single surreptitious night of dance and revels. And if this doesn't bring a little levity to your cold heart, I will admit my defeat. Or perhaps all your talk of being levity-proof is nothing but wind. You're cock, Leo. I know, she's so cute, Foxy. Rip, Foxy. After you won so much earlier. I am no such mood, and I will prove it. Dance with me, Mew. Oh my, she's forward. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We start out like this, right? Sorry, it's been a long time since I've had to dance formally. Basically, we have 2 left feet. You are fine. Thanks, but you don't sound too pleased. I am not upset, merely mortified. Why is that? Because I went on a little tirade about how I could feel no levity, and yet levity is beginning to encroach upon me as we're spinning across this floor. She led me like a lamb to slaughter. I can't do the oh ho ho like Foxy. Oh ho ho! And here I thought you weren't the type of woman to become starry-eyed with romance. It seems I am the winner, isn't that right, Sylvian? But dancing will not be the only entertainment on offer this evening. If everyone would be so kind as to turn your gazes out the window. I told my brother I had invited another honored guest, and that guest will now perform to our amusement. You didn't mention that, actually. Can you guess who it is? Your Highness, look, there's a group of men outside battling fiends. Leaf, what is this horde? What is a horde this large doing in a wasteland such as this? Captain, we should assume a defensive position and hold our ground here. No fighting on a protracted battle when reinforcements are not coming would be dangerous. We'll find a weak point in their ranks and break through. But we came here at Her Highness Chelle's invitation, did we not? Surely she will be dispatching reinforcements soon. Her Highness is not that kind of person. We must do this thing ourselves. Understood, Captain. White sparrows, do honor to your name and fight. Is that our amusement? Wait, is that Leif? You know that man, darling? He was my teacher when I was still in the capital. Much of what I am today is owed to him. He's a master of the sword, but it won't matter against numbers like that. Such entertainment truly befits my royal gala. Everyone, clamber forth to the edge of your seats and enjoy the show I have set out before you. How can you do this to Leif, sister? He was everything to us, which is what makes it so thrilling. I pray you remember this naughty feeling as a taste of a true adult fun. There's nothing fun about this. Come on, everyone. Leif needs our help. To arms, everyone! To arm! Ericlea, what are you doing? Wait a minute. I'm getting changed. The sparrows resolve. Boop! Thank you, Disbert. He's one of them. Albert and Curran are my others. Oh. Alright, that'll do for the fiends. Are you okay, Leif? Leif? Your Highness, did the princess also invite you here? She did indeed. We haven't seen each other since we parted ways back in the capital, Leif. Hope you've been well. Yes, mercifully. White Sparrow Corpse, Captain Leif. Da-da-dun! You carried yourself splendidly in that battle, Highness. Our time apart has seen you grow into a fine man. Yeah, that banner. I just wanted the chocolatiers. Well, we've been busy, so I had to learn fast. Still, we should save our catching up until we're safer. Probably a good idea. My, but that was a simply delightful bit of entertainment. The beloved prince saves the famous white sparrows from dangers and sparks a heartfelt reunion in the process. The members of my court were held in rapt attention, let me tell you. And those fiends were your doing, Princess Chelle? White Sparrow's corpse, Vice Captain Patya. What in the world were you thinking? Neither one of your standing must. But aren't you the hot-blooded one? Vice Captain Patya, is it not? You know of me? Oh, indeed I do. And honestly, I thought you would have been most glad for the opportunity I provided. But it seems not. Why would you think that? Because I thought you enjoyed fighting. You certainly seem most eager to cross swords with Empress Sethia. How did you? You said you would gladly give your life for a chance to strike her, I believe. I don't. How could you possibly? Oh, curious little cats are always turning their ears in your direction. I imagine that's why it's good practice to watch what you say and about whom. Girl, she has spies. Your Highness, I implore you not to make sport of my subordinates. Oh, well then, I beg your humble pardon. Still, wouldn't you agree that someone with the gall to threaten the royal family be owed a lesson in respect? I see what your disposition has made the journey to the present well intact. Yes, how very unfortunate, but alas, I am as I was when I was your charge. You never did like me, did you? Okay, what is happening right now? No matter, ancient history isn't worth the time spent thinking on it. Come, Leaf, we have a party to attend. Basically, she was probably in love with him, tried to pull a move. He stopped her because, you know, he's like, no, I can't do that with my, you know, my students. No. I did not come here to revel, Princess. I think you should well aware of that. Then why did you answer my invitation? Such feigned ignorance ill suits you. You know full well that your invitation arrived at precisely the moment when I resolved to depart the capital. I presume your little cats have been paying mind to my movements for quite some time. I want to know her cats. I believe your invitation proves our aims travel on a similar course. I would hear exactly what these aims of you are, Sparrow. I am a knight of Alberia, and a knight's aim is ever to protect the royal family and deliver them from hardship, even if said royal family member has had their body possessed. Sethia? Let me tell you what has transpired of late. After the revival of the Dino Empire, I remained steadfast in the capital. It was a choice I made with reluctance, but one I judged best for the sake of finding a way to free precious Princess Sethia. Which is why you've been pretending to support the Empire until now, I take it. So, did you find anything? Unfortunately, I cannot say with certainty, but in order to gain that certainty, it is necessary to understand exactly what is lurking inside Sethia's body. And I believe that knowledge may lie in Clave Lori something. And what is Clave blah? Hold on, just what does this conversation have to do with me? Oh, that would be so bad, Wolf. It would be so bad. I fear I have no real interest in that younger sister of ours. Oh man, this lady is ice cold. So this state is the state of this nation. How can you not hold your interest? I won't deny this country is a key gala venture for me. Many for me. So I'm rather heartbroken to see what has been happening to it lately. Then you should cooperate with us until we eliminate that tyranny of the Empire is for good and all. For it's currently a battle fought only by Alberia and Mew. I think it's past time that the royal family cooperate with him and take a stand against the Empire. Please, Chelle, listen to him. He's right. I want to save Sethia, but more than that, I want to salvage the happiness and prosperity of our people. My, but that is the pickle. How can you do anything but offer your aid, Princess Chelle? What possible reason could you have to refusal? Because there is no advantage to myself, dearly, and as such, I see no real need for me to join this little cause of yours. Are you mad? To be certain, if I were to cooperate, it would likely gain some small measure of military might in the process. But are you aware of what this is? Oh, I know. It's a jewel. This is my excitable Sylvian. Is materium, an ancient substance that can be mined from the outskirts of Chelle. It can hold almost impossible amounts of pure mana, which can then be used in whatever way the wielder desires. So that's how Chelle. Yes, materia made my city a source of endless oil, and with that, well, I can buy weapons, military might, or whatever I please, which means I do not need you. If I were to cooperate with you people, in the eye the Empire would turn to me. How can I possibly host my galas in peace if I'm constantly being hounded by the Empire as you are? You are worried about parties? Do you have any concept of how people of this kingdom are suffering under the rule of the Empire? Your brother seeks to fight on their behalf, yet you sit here and speak of base entertainment? I fear empathy always has been one of my brother's more pathetic traits. How dare you? Do you think the poor and desolate wish to see the rich and powerful brought low? To see their social betters eke out a meager living in the muck as they do? You cannot possibly. No. The masses do not want a leader who suffers alongside them. They want a leader who pulls them out of suffering. The duty of a monarch is not to understand the trials and tribulations of her people. It is to lift them up so they might enjoy the same splendid life of ease that she does. The course you are on will not quiet the suffering of a single soul, dear brother. It will only make the suffering worse. If you will call yourself a king, you need to at least understand that much. I hear what you're saying, Chelle, but I think... Hold that thought. Yes, Captain, what is it? The landship is under siege by fiends, your highness, and they're even more making their way to Chelle. I'll think you got speed for the host, meow meow. And hi, how are you doing? It seems I may have tried too hard to make this a lively party. Very well, Captain. What should we do about it? I do not believe their current numbers pose a significant threat to the Grand Fiore. Additionally, the outer wall of the city should hold them at bay here. However, the small villages located outside the wall will likely be ravaged. Oh my, what to do? What to do? Okay, good speed. I'm glad. Oh, but I have a splendid idea. Why don't all of you go out there and take care of those nasty beasties, won't you? If you do, I might sway my opinion when it comes to cooperating with you. You would seek to bargain with the lives of your own people. You clearly did not pay attention to my little speech earlier. If I can solve this problem without getting my own hands in the muck, so much better. I love me a good fight, but the thought of doing it for this lady makes me breakfast want to hit the wall. And yet, if you refuse to help, it is the people of the nearby villages who will suffer for her selfishness. Ellie's right. We won't do this for my selfish sister. We'll do it for her people. You really ought to learn when to say the quiet part of things quietly. But very well. Go on and fight for whatever reason makes you happy. It will provide splendid entertainment. Chelle, you are low. Enough, Cleo. Your words will fall on the deafest ears in this place. We should make haste, your highness. Listen to me, everyone. Fighting for the sake of our people is a most worthy cause, and we will protect them. Dun dun! Let's go fight. Second to last section. Okay, so let's do this section. A triumphant return. Hear me, people of Shanzelia. I know the sound of marauding fiends made its way to your terrified ears. You heard their thundering footsteps as they approached. You trembled at their snarls as they attempted to lay waste to the city's defensive ramparts. Your hearts were aggrieved, and you were sore afraid. Yet, still your worries, for I say to you, the rampaging beasts have been put to the sword by Mew. Yes, my beloved brother has repelled the vile enemy at our gates. Huzzah! Huzzah! Remember, we the royal family of the great Alberia shall ever be your protectors. All glory to Alberia and her royal family. All glory to our Lady Chelle. Oh. Oh, glory. My glorious backside. What a joke. Seriously, we're the ones that took down the fiends and protected the city. And yet it seems Chelle has managed to make this mostly about herself. Yes, she did so without resorting to outright lies. It was an impressive bit of work. I am loath to put the term impressive to cunning such as hers. What you so blithely call cunning, dear Patya, was actually a rather clever bit of stagecraft. I was not aware that stagecraft included convincing people you had a hand in great deeds, which you most decidedly did not. Such naivete is amusing. The people wish to believe they are protected by a great strength, that they may rest easy at night. It is the responsibility of their leader to provide that belief. Still works out as a great ideal for you in the end. I think cunning is definitely the word to go with there. Are you alright being used in this way, Mew? I don't need accolades. All I care about is that the people of Shanzelia and the surrounding villages are safe. Your father would be proud to hear you say as much, for King Aurelius was well regarded for holding the same beliefs. Ambition has many merits of its own, particularly when the times trend as they do now. Is that not right, brother? If you wish to protect the masses of modicum of ostentation is often necessary. None seek salvation from a weakling, after all. Or I suppose so? Be that as it may, I may not be petty as to pretend your actions did not directly lead to the defeat of those fiends, nor would I, a high-born lady as myself, ever deign to break her word. So does that mean you're going to? It does. I hereby offer you my cooperation. Thank you, Chelle, truly. That being said, I have no wish to see the beautiful white halls of Shanzelia's palace redecorated in shades of red. I will offer you both intelligence and resources, but only on the condition that such cooperation remains secret. I can live with that. Shanzelia's resources and spy network are second to none. This would change the tides of the entire war. Chelle, I would like to formally accept your generous offer. It pleases me to hear it. In that case, let us beat the formation of our auspicious alliance this very night. Woo! I love feeding time. Party time! I'm gonna eat until my belly turns into a huge bowling ball. Okay. Muffin straight, nothing like knowing there's gonna be a bunch of reinforcements on the way to spark the old appetite. Thank you, the stomach. Something wrong, Jupiter? I was merely reflecting on how much I like this princess. What? How dare you think to play both sides of the field after you made a sacred pact with my darling? Steady, Flameworm. That is not my intention. I merely believe this princess and I would get on quite well. Let's keep going. mountains. So these are the Chazelian outskirts, eh? They're quite beautiful. Right, funny how it was nothing but sand and wasteland getting here. This would be a perfect place for a long ride on a good steed. Now that's an idea I can get behind. Okay, maybe I'm crazy, but I think I actually hear a horse coming. Dun 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 dun! Well met, my new friends. Are you enjoying your stroll? Hello, Chelle. Are you on patrol or just riding out to see your people? I do not mingle with the common folk. This is merely a ride for my own pleasure. I'll just canter about upon my white steed while taking in the Chazelian breeze. Oh, and of course, my royal guard is always here to accompany me. It's rather become a part of my daily routine. But ever since my beloved old horse, Mew, gave me the boot, I have no choice but to ride a real one. Wow. Wow, Foxy. I have no choice but to ride a real one. Please don't bring that up again. Although, if I could get someone to be my horsey in your palace or place, I could finally return to writing about the royal court itself. That would be very nice indeed. Well, what say you? Which of you lot wants to honor of being my new steed? How about you, my Sylvian friend? I assure you, I pay most handsomely. No amount of money can compel me into such a childish game. A pity. Anyone else? Is there one thing a merc like me knows, is that you never turn down a paying job. Hop on, princess. I got muscles to spare, so I can carry you around all day. I would not be caught dead riding a horse with a back as hard and uncomfortable as yours so clearly would be. I seek a more supple, refined steed. So this wild stallion's too much for you? Can't say I agree, but you're lost. Any other candidates? Ugh, inserting you would be the most unruly equine companion. What are you calling unruly equine? I am an unruly dragon. That's not the part of the statement I thought she would object to. Pick me! I got mad wings, which means I can be a flying horse. You're far too small, fairy. Where I tried to get on your back, we'd both go crashing into the ground. Oh yeah, that would suck, huh? I require a smart, swift, and tenacious steed, and none of you yet fit the bill. Yes, I must have a horse that is both refined and graceful, just as I am. Ah! Princess, you cannot seriously think too. Ah, but I do think, Paladin, you will be perfect. Prairie would consider. I would make a terrible playmate. I am miserable with idle banter, and I most certainly cannot act in the place of a horse. Protest to your loyal heart's content. You will heed my order in the end. That said, you'll likely still disappoint despite giving your all. The shame of that failure will linger and fester your nights spent locked in guilt-ridden fever dreams. Is that not the kind of person you are? But I mean, of course not. Then am I wrong? Please, surely you have teased me enough. That's enough, sister. You're embarrassing her. Ah, my dear knave brother, you really don't understand, do you? Your dear Paladin may look upset, but she is actually quite happy to have me prod at her in this fashion. It doesn't look that way. There are many types of horses, brother. Some like to be left alone, while others crave attention. And you cannot trust that their words reflect the truth. Many horses struggle to express themselves. You must sense what they wish for, take their reins, and treat them in the way best suited to their particular nature. By doing this over and over again, a bond of trust is cultivated between horse and rider. Do you understand that? Oh my gosh, girl. I feel like several girls would be jelly at your, trying to swoo, Ellie. I'm not certain that applies here. Oh, but you're still such a child in so many ways. Just bear in mind the lesson I have given you this day. Try to understand each horse's feelings as an individual. Only by doing so can you hope to run any distance with them. I don't think we see that it's not just horse advice. More story. The Radiant City of Dragalia, the evening after the welcome party. I would have you spend the evening with me, my dear Leif. After that splendid party, some quality time together would be just the thing for us. Perhaps with a dash of competition? Iberian chess? Interesting. It's been some time since we last matched wits in the capital. You are in for a rude shock indeed if you think the outcome will be the same as it was back then. Well then, let's see what you can do. Oh my. My first move is to upset your line with my woodland archers. Then I shall fortify my position with my grassland warriors. Your tactics are as small-minded as ever. I rout your warriors with my sellswords. A flashy move is not necessarily an adroit one, princess, for as you see, I now have you surrounded. Tell me, how will you escape this particular predicament? It hates bullet chess. Yes, this is... Well, will you force your way through regardless of the casualties you receive? That is certainly what the old me would have done. Fight for the very last man, even if it leads to my destruction. But a girl does not remain one forever. First, I flank you with my stone trench bucket, then, using the cover it provides, move my sorcerer princess forward. Fascinating. These tactics are clever, impressive, all that and more. I have changed, Leif. I am no longer an impressive young girl, but instead a gorgeous maiden of depth and character. She's laying the moves. If it were necessary, I would not even hesitate to take a step backward, so I might later take 2 steps forward and obtain an ultimate victory. Your development is remarkable. Your impulsiveness of old is nowhere to be found. Oh, I think you can do better than that on the praise front. But praise must be earned, princess. Now, how will you respond when I move my sacred dragon lord forward? Ah, I missed that entirely. And that is checkmate. It seems you are not the only one who has improved. But that's utterly vexing. I thought for sure today was the day I would wipe that eternal composure from your face. You say as much, and yet you do not look especially vexed. It is disgraceful to betray one's emotions. I notice you stopped doing so. There was once a time when I feared your fiery passions might cause you to rise up and strike me at full in the face. Yet now, beneath that mask of pleasure-seeking, you hide a multitude of faces. Where, I wonder, does your true heart lie? No, I am truly vexed. Excuse me? Who was it that wounded my heart with a blade as sharp as the one at your hip? That true heart of mine disappeared that day. Not fear, Sparrow. I bear no grudge. I learned well from you. You taught me not to be deceived by my eyes and keep what I cherish most tucked safely away. Shall you? But let us stop speaking of the past and instead engage in another round. The hour grows late, princess, and yet morning has not arrived. Oh my! A lady does not show her vexation openly just because she has lost a game. But a lady does not end her night cloaked in the stench of defeat. I will not withdraw at this point, not now. Princess! Oh my. Is something wrong, Leif? You look troubled. Ah, your majesty, I suppose to be concerned about the princess. She locked me up in her room. What does she do now? I find myself unable to determine her motives, and feel it could be a grave error to simply accept her words at face value. An error? How so? How do I put this? It is almost as if she's hiding something. Jupiter? She and I are cut from the same cloth. I understand her. Even when her face is calm, the thoughts in her head race like a whirlwind. I like that about her. I like it very much. So you think she's plotting something? But what and why? Perhaps you would understand better if you got a personal look at the source of the power that supports Zelia. You mean to take him to the material mind? Yes, that is exactly what I intend to do. I feel the presence of a strange mana emanating from the ruins at the outskirts of this fair city. Well, you got my attention. They're excavating relics at the mine, so there ought to be workers there who can be questioned. And then we'll leave first thing in the morning. No, we should visit the mine under the cover of night, this night. If we're found, things might become problematic. So, what's going on here, boss? There ain't no workers here. It's just fiends. I don't know, Rinzel, but if these are no ruins, as Jupiter suspects, then perhaps we can learn the princess's motives if we descend into their depths. And if she is plotting something, we'll find it and send her smug face packing. There was a lot of story in this chapter. Wow. We'll do this next section, the princess's plot. What is our sister doing? I don't know. Wait, look. This is interesting. There's one of those guys again. It looks kind of different than the last one, though. Stop, look at. Don't just bumble towards it. Huh? Intruders detected. Combat mode activated. Here we go. My bad. Could this really be one of the ancient magical weapons of legend? You know this weapon, Lee? In the Great War of Antiquity, armies fought with mindless soldiers and soulless fiends that tales claim they were just all destroyed or otherwise lost, and yet I thought this was just a materia mine. What is this thing even doing here? These are ruins from ancient times, hence why they yield materia. It seems our princess found more than mere precious stones here. Yes, if I had to guess, I'd say she likely excavated this weapon as well, and then kept it all for herself. Suppose I can't blame her with the times being what they are. I don't like the vibes this thing gives off. I don't like them one bit. That's because it's a device from the ancient Dragalia Empire. Such things are not pleasant for dragons. How could Chelle stoop to using something so vile? So you found it, did you? Explain yourself, Chelle. What is this thing doing here? Well, I suppose there's no point in disassembling now. This is the Grand Criminal, a weapon of almost unspeakable power, and one I will use to seize control of the continent. I will use it to rip apart any who aid and abet the Empire. I will raise the very dirt on which I stand to cinder and ash. Surely there's no need for such cruelty. Most of the Empire's people obey their leaders out of fear for their own lives. Would you see them punished as well? Their reasons matter not. Those of low birth should think only of devoting themselves to my just rule. The continued existence of any who refuse to bend the knee holds no value. How can you? You talk a big game, but this thing was in your back pocket the whole time. Guess we know who you really are now. A lady must wear many faces in this world. You fed us honeyed words, while this thing lurked beneath our feet. How vile you are. As a general rule, people who venture this deep into my mind don't live to spread the tale around. And yet, given that you are my brother, I suppose I should let it slide just this once. If you fall in line, that is. Meaning you want me to obey you and fight the Empire on your terms? Exactly. If you help me take the throne, I will permit your continued existence. Shall you? Enough talk. The time for decision is upon us. Shall we bosom our companions once more as in our childhood? I'm sorry, Chelle, but I can't do that. I can't follow you so long as you intend to do such harm to innocent people all across this land. He's right. If you go around attacking everyone who won't swear to serve you, you're no different than the Empire. Be careful to name me villain so quickly, Sylvian, for only a fool would seek to govern on the strength of their hopes and good ideals alone. But what wisdom is there in believing a rule without hopes and ideals could truly bring happiness to people? I dream of a kingdom where everyone can pursue happiness and peace, and if I have to put your dream down to see that happen, that's what I will do. A shame your skull is thicker than it appears, my dear brother. Very well, if you will not fall in line, then you will be the first to become ash. Finish them, Grand Criminal Something. Eliminating invaders. Take commander of the fiends in these ruins and grind these intruders to dust. Farewell, brother, and you as well, Leif. Parting is such sorrow, but I fear this is the destiny of any who vie for dominance. Get back here and face us, you coward. Well, if the fiends all decide to rush us, we're going to be in a world of hurt. What are your orders, Captain? Yeah. Basically, all of our siblings are evil, and this sister, she said that she was going to help us, but it turned out she had a secret weapon that can kill everyone, and now she's, you know, feeding us to it. I mean, she's a very nice sister, and she loves parties. The odds seem long indeed, Highness. We can allow my sister's plan to come to fruition no matter what. We're going to take out this thing and show her the power of our solidarity. I mean, first here I thought she was, you know, of course she's more than just a dumb blonde that all that cares about is parties. But she's wicked. And you know what? You know who we have to blame? Leif is to blame. If he had not rejected her as a young girl, maybe she wouldn't have been fat flank crazy. I mean, the reason that she's batshit crazy is that she got rejected by this guy, and then she probably went on to like, oh, I have to hide my feelings, I have to hide my feelings. Here, you know, it just took her to a life of treachery. Maybe she needed a little bit of praise growing up. I don't know. Homegirl needs some therapy. Oh yeah, therapy would probably really be necessary. But I think she's beyond help with therapy. So she'd buy herself out. Hey Kyer, how are you doing? I'm actually almost done with chapter 9, so I'll take a quick break after this, after being done with 9, and then we'll play Sar. I mean, she is a keen strategist. Yeah, I mean, she's a great strategist. She trapped them. She set her evil killing machine against us, and she thinks that, you know, her machine is stronger than us. But little does she know that her little machine is gonna die. And boop! It dead. I mean, it was very smart of her to, like, make us think that she was on our side and then hide a trump card, because then it's like, oh, well, if we didn't agree with what she was, you know, if she at some point didn't agree with what we were doing, she'd pull out her trump card and just destroy everything, and, you know, in sight. And that's why she wanted to be our partner, but in secret. An endless rondo. But wait, there's more. Oh my god. I feel like this is probably the last section. I don't know. So let's see. Whoop. No, the Grand Criminal, my secret weapon is... It was quite the foe, sister. But there's no way something without a heart or soul could ever defeat us. Now say your prayers, lady, because you're next. No. A highborn lady like myself should never lose to the likes of plebeians like you. This is so annoying. I will not forget this. When we next meet, I will tear you pieces into pieces. In nutshell, this act grows stale. Oh. Goodness, found out already? Wait, an act? What the devil is that supposed to mean? The old Chelle would have ranted and raved and exposed her emotions as you just did. But the new Chelle, I think not. I suppose I did overly chew the scenery there. But that's just what the howls of the defeated sound like, no? Surely it cooled your ire somewhat. What in the world are you talking about? It was intended as a reward. Did you not say that you hoped to send my smug face packing? How the heck do you know about that? And what do you mean reward? It would seem the princess had us in the palm of her hand all along. Somebody better start making sense, or I'm going to really get angry. The weapon you just destroyed, dear flameworm, was in fact not my weapon at all. The Dragon Empire deployed it here to disrupt our materia mining operations. What? Yes, I was a bit careless about security, which allowed them to drop it here. It has been quite the little annoyance. So you tricked us into attacking it in your stead? Chelle, you should have just asked us to help. Why in the world would you go to all this trickery and trouble? But if I asked you to do it, brother, I would be in your debt. Oh my gosh. You're not blanked up now. You found the device on your own. You attacked the device on your own. I owe you nothing. She is smart and wicked. While I do so appreciate such cunning and guile, I'm not too fond of it coming at my own expense. However, should we handle that? Well, that is frightening. You must know it was never my intention to anger one of the legendary 6 great worms. How about this? I'll give you some of the abundant mana I now have thanks to our supply of materium. I agree to your generous offer. Perhaps I'll use it to erect a light Dragalia at the Halidom. Did this lady just bribe a great worm? Yep, she did. You do realize that you stand in the presence of another great worm, yes? How do you intend to bribe me? Oh, don't worry. I have a reward for you that I think you will enjoy. Oh my. I am not Jupiter. I will not be bought by a few shiny baubles and some mana. My reward for you is that I shall fully acknowledge and support your relationship with my brother. Oh, snap! From this moment hence, his elder sister officially recognizes your relationship. I can't even. I can't even. She just won Mim so bad. She just... Wait, what? Here now. That is rather bold of you. Yes, Mim. Will never be taken in by such an obvious ham-fisted effort. Show. Oh my gosh, she's shaky. She's triggered. Oh, my dear sister-in-law, I am so very happy. Oh my god, man. Yes, I thought you might be. She's sure got the two of them figured out. Oh my gosh, that information network of hers is a frightening thing indeed. Yes, my little cats are very good listeners. I trust you'll find them very useful moving forward. I know, like, I want to meet her spy network. Are they actually cat, or are they cat girls? Like, I really want to know, and we also need them as playable units. Then you'll still cooperate in our fight against the Empire? There's a hole in your sink? Oh no. Wait, don't sinks usually have holes? Or like an additional hole? Of course I will support you, my brother. Didn't I tell you that one of my standing does not break her promises? Now then, with the Empire's meddlesome weapon cleanly dispatched, let us return to the palace for an evening of revel. Wahaha! Now we're talking. Food always tastes best when someone else is footing the bill. Chum chum chum. Can't twerk now. Anyway, honestly, you two, pace yourselves unless you want to end up. What now? And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the grand finale of our party to begin. Oh my god, yes! Chelle as the next gala unit. I call it. Why, I'm ever so loath to part ways. I fear we are nearly at that hour. But first, life, may I have this dance? She's pulling the room. Such is my duty as Night Princess. Well, thou could not have possibly been any more unenthusiastic. Do you truly dislike the idea of dancing with me so? Forgive me, Princess. Pray permit me a few moments of bliss as we dance. Yes, Cleo. So beautiful. Yes, that's more like it. If you could switch which dress she was wearing, would be even awesomer. If there is something you wish to say, please just let it be done with it. You led me about like a hound on a leash, Princess. I find myself confused as to how exactly I should react to this. I'm both angered by your deception and joyous at seeing how you've grown. My feelings are jumbled. Oh no, he fell for her. Hearing you say that is the greatest reward of all. Huh? I have long carried a feeling inside me, a feeling that I find very hard to put into form of words. For as long as I can remember, I have wanted to make you feel the same, and now it seems that my heart's deepest wish has finally been granted. Princess Chelle. But we are not done here. I want you to think more about what that feeling is. Really, really think. I want to be scorched in your memory until the very idea of me is never far from your thoughts. Girl, she's evil. That, dear life, is my true desire. Then you ought know what your desire was fulfilled long ago, Chelle. It was? I am a loyal knight of Elberia and a member of the Royal Guard. My life is the protection of the royal life, that everything to me is such, have not left my thoughts for a moment. Oh, life, you truly don't understand. But very well, I suppose nothing's worth doing if isn't something of a challenge. But mark my words, you will come around to my way of seeing things. I will win out, I promise you. Brother, may I have the last dance? Well, I'm rather sad we can no longer play horsey together. I would still be honored if you twirl me around about the floor. It would be my pleasure. Our party is just the beginning, Mew. Huh? But this is the last song. While the curtain may be drawn on this party, new ones will continue to be held. It is a party of war, and with this entire continent as its venue. Princess and prince, dragon and demon alike, will all be swept up in the revels. A party whose invitation one cannot deny, and one from which they may not retire. One where any who tire of dancing are defeated and leave the stage. That is the dance we step to now. I don't want that kind of fight. Here in my court, dear brother, sentiment is not to be something to be communicated with mere words. Only those who dance with passion all night can possibly bring freedom to all. If you cannot continue this dance, if you cannot continue to win, then you will accomplish nothing. You will be nothing. Be it protecting your people or leading a most beloved princess by the hand, you will fall. So then, my brother, are you resolved to continue the dance? If that's truly the fate of royalty, then I will not allow myself to be defeated. If it means I get to save everyone, then I will never stop this dance. Oh, but I do like that look in your eyes. Come then, brother, let us dance, let us thunder to its flow. We shall dance this endless rondo, but who will be standing in the center of the hall when the music ends? To be whole, to be complete, I shall return whole, I shall return complete. Is Sethia still awake? It would seem we have found the limit of the aspects. The time grows near, the time where all I have lost shall be drawn into the light, the time in which the vile blood shall fall to despair, and the time where I will be whole. I can't do that. So Sethia is like slowly turning, like she's fading. And we got the light Dragalia. Chapter 10. Resurgent Despair. In the ancient land of Clive rest memories of an ancient battle filled with the strength and despair, and there Mew and his friends learned the truth about the second war of binding. But when he and his brothers convene, the netherworm's great howl sets the stage for a battle equally as thunderous. All this and more in the next campaign update. Wow. That was a lot to digest. Oh! Your Highness, we have located precious ore and worm skulls within the mine of your sister Chelle. Apparently those materials house a bounty of mana that can be used to release the latest dragons and worm prince. Let us tap into the mana and bring out the true power seized within our forces. And now I can do the augmentations to increase the HP and strength of my adventurers, which is a side effect of actually wanting to do Astro Raids right there. So, finally have access to it. I'm happy. But that has been chapter 9. The story is just so good. I love Chelle. It's like you don't know if to love her or hate her for tricking us. But, you know, I'm very curious to see where the story goes. And I just really love the storyline in this game. I really do. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of chapter 9? Are you done? Of course you're done, because everyone wants to do astral raids and augmentations. But thank you all so very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. And until next time, meow meow.